Hello, my name is Sara. I had a session with Susanna about 2 months ago, and I'm very grateful I did. I think she's a very empathic, gentle, and knowledgeable practitioner. Um, I I feel really grateful for the session that we had. There were things that I learned and things that I confirmed, and I found her to be very intuitive, and to really be really spot on some things that I was feeling, that I was going through, and that's how I knew that I could trust her. I love the session because we looked at different levels. I know the body, the spirit, and the mind, and I love therapies that and practices that have that type of integration because I think it's very important. We looked at the soul. I saw mission and accepting that it's my responsibility, which I never thought about before. But during the session, I realized how important it is and what changes it can make. I think I went into the session with this feeling of being stuck, of not really going forward in my personal development, in my spiritual development, and feeling like I have some blocks around, for example, how I express love, how I receive love, rejection or abandonment, how I show up in the world, the feelings of being inadequate and not being enough. And I feel like since the session, there's been a lot of integration, and there's been situations, especially recently, that I feel like wouldn't have happened and wouldn't have come up had I not worked with Susanna. They were around my family and about work, and I know I could see in the dynamic that there was something that I had to release, and some trauma, some karmic cycle, some lesson to really learn this time, some cycle to be closed. That's what I meant. So, and to believe is very powerful work. I knew it already on the session, and then the day after, the week after, actually, I felt very open energetically. I felt like I felt every emotion very, very deeply and very strongly, and I thought that was really beautiful. And I had moments of bliss, moments when I just started crying, not knowing why, but even when it felt a bit more sad, I never felt bad. There was always an awareness that I was releasing something, and that felt very healthy and very good for me. So I would 100% recommend doing a session with Susanna. I think it can help with anything, literally. And if you feel called to do it, I'm sure you won't regret it. So that's all for me. I know that I can trust her, and that if I ever need, when I will want to do another session, if I ever need any help, I know she'll be there. Um, Especially because when I did the session with her, she was really present after and the days after, and was always open to help. I had a couple of situations where I felt very overwhelmed, and I never felt left alone. And I've always received some help from her. So I think there is a 360 sort of care in her work, and it's really hard to find, and that's really I think it's really beautiful. So yeah, 100% give it a try.